Folks. So this time I'm going to show you a little bit more advanced features of ChemDraw, and I'm going to go about it by showing you how I make up a new exam. So for instance, this is going to be on a Chem 242 exam, so you don't have to worry about that for a while. I'm going to build a problem in, and this is something that I call a fill-in-the-blank question. So I'm going to need a cyclopentane ring here. Now, one of the unfortunate things about some of this is that if I have to make up a completely new problem, I have to draw everything just starting out. But that's okay. I'll figure it out. So I need a pi bond there. And so this is the starting compound. And one of the types of questions that's very common for all of the organic chemistry professors is where they give you something to start with and then will ask you to react it with a set of reagents. So the set of reagents I'm going to use, I'm going to make a list of them here. So for instance, the first reagent is something called NBS. And once again, you will learn what these reagents mean a little bit later. NBS with ultraviolet light and then peroxides. Now ultraviolet light is abbreviated H-nu, so this is not a Helvetica, this is a symbol. So this will get me my H-nu. And then the second reagent is going to be potassium hydroxide with ethanol. And then I'm going to have a third one down here. Now the third reagent, though, actually involves a structure. So I'm just going to leave myself some space here. And the structure is also a 5-carbon ring. With some other features to it. So this is a ketone functional group here. And this also involves some heat. So heat is delta. And once again, that's, should be a capital D for delta. Now I want to make sure that I get everything nicely lined up. So I'm going to circle this and then move it over. And let me move this down just a little bit. And then there's actually a fourth step as well. And the fourth step is deuterium gas with palladium catalyst. And the deuterium gas needs to be subscripted. Okay, and once again, I just want to make sure that everything's nicely lined up. Okay, so this molecule here is going to react with this first, second, third, and then fourth. Now what I need to do is I need to bring this into my exam. So I'm just going to use a different selection tool that's a little bit easier sometimes to use than the lasso. And then just you can either go up here to copy or just use the keyboard shortcut of Command C. I'm going to pop down here to my exam, and then it's just Command V to put it in. And so once it's in, I can position it around. If I'd like to put it in the middle, I can put it in the middle. That kind of doesn't give you enough space. So I can just offset it a little bit. If you're curious as to what the answer is, after steps 1 and 2, you actually get a new pi bond over here in the ring. So that's after steps 1 and 2. After step 3, you get an interesting structure that I need to come over here to my bicyclics for. And where are you? So it's this one here. So you're going to get this structure, this basic structure with 2 methyl groups up here, pi bond there. Oops, I didn't like where that pi bond went. I'll put it back inside. And then 5 carbon ring out here. With the double bond O. So you kind of get an idea maybe about where the things are. The final product will actually look like this. Get rid of the double bond, and then there'll be 2 deuteriums. And that's the final product. But because this is an exam, I don't want to give you the final product. So this is kind of one of the ways that I make up exams. There are other types of problems besides this one, but I just wanted to show you, first of all, how to draw some slightly more complex structures, how to copy and paste them into a Word document. Of course, you can also simply print this out. You know, if you were turning something in, there are some other kind of cool things that you can do that I've sort of showed you before. So that's all for that lesson.